I am so delighted, not that you're closing, but I am so delighted you've been here for so long, because I still remember when I lived in the, I always called the ugly window across the street.
Okay,
And you were the first place that I ever came to when I arrived in Cobourg, saying, oh my God, I need shoes and boots and winter boots and everything else. So that was 36 years ago for me. So certainly great memories. Well, I'm going to start with thank you for your service. On behalf of Cobourg Council and our residents, I commend you. I think I have it right. I hope I'm right. 95 years of dedicated service to our community. I have to tell you, I don't know anybody who's had 95 years. You're in first place, and that's just unbelievable. I can only imagine all the relationships made and the changes your family has witnessed over the past century. I put century, running Beebes. There must be so many wonderful memories and stories to tell. Without a doubt, Beebes will be missed, and I know I will miss you personally. Ward and Penny, we wish you the best of luck and hope as you enjoy a happy, healthy, and long retirement, which is so well deserved. Indeed, you can bask in the knowledge of a job well done. And can't thank you enough.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Well deserved. And I'll step aside to
Penny, these are from the DVIA. Thank you so much. Everyone will miss you. Thank you so much with your. Oh, those are pretty.
I know that when every entrepreneur that starts out, they wish longevity, but you guys have surpassed every wish that anybody could have dreamed of. And I've only been here for 13 years, and the relationships that I built, like Mayor Henderson said, it's I can imagine how many you guys have well known in the community. I know so many people talk so good of your family, of everything, and I just want to wish you all the best of luck in your new adventures.
Well, thank you so much.
That's also from the DVIA.
Go lunch,
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Can we get a group photo of everyone?
Sure.
Sorry.
Where do you want it? Want it inside?
Perfect. Sorry. Sorry to keep a little back. Okay.
Wide angle lens, right?
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, we're really smiling.
And for, several weeks probably.
Yes.
Yeah, so that people that are around at Christmas time for coming home, they can reminisce too.
Yeah, very much so.
I would love to sit with you and just hear the stories over the year.
Yeah.
Over the years that have happened, for sure. Because I mean, it's so interesting. Yeah. So many people, I imagine, gone. And
Yes, years. My great uncle Vernon started in 1926, and he worked it until 1960. And my father we're from Nova Scotia, so he came up and took it over in 60 and worked it till 85. That's when Penny and I took it over.
Wow.
So we've had it for 36 years ourselves.
Well, you've been here the same time.
Same as you, I was just thinking that when you said
Yeah,
that.
36 years.
That's when I renovated, I was able to buy the building,
Yeah.
did all the renovations.
Yeah, I remember.
This was only half a store.
I used to make
There
the
was a
joke,
half a
well, if you
store.
can renovate, how come Charlie can't renovate my window?
Upstairs. Oh yeah.
My rent went up. So I go to Dave, you and I have to have an appointment. So we did, he goes, isn't that apartment gorgeous? I said, well, yeah, Dave, I paid, here's my bills, I don't charge you, and now you're booting my rent? He goes, yeah, that's
No way.
That is awesome.
So how
I
about
love that,
50
if your
years
shoe
old?
fits.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing. That's pretty amazing.
Well, that's too bad on it.
It's exciting. So
I started saying in 1989, we renovated, we had a lot of stuff like
This is
we had a tractor trailer of shoes.
Oh, are you? Okay.
yeah, so I wanted to make sure
Good
that
luck.
I got it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Well,
So it's funny.
Yeah, because that's all ramping up, right?
Yeah.
Big time for the new year, so
Uh,
I foresee,
you're in now.
you know,
What's going on tomorrow, I guess. It's more the last
Tomorrow
day?
will be our last day here at the store, yes. Sandy and I will be here. If anyone wants to purchase, then we are open to purchase. If they just would like to come downtown, reminisce, say goodbye, they're quite welcome to do that too.
Tell me about how long, like, tell me about the business itself, for people that don't know, even though everybody in town does know. For people outside of town, tell me about Beebes. Tell me how long, tell me the history of.
Beebes started in 1926 when my husband's great uncle Vernon came to Cobourg and purchased the shoe business from Joseph Lalonde. And it had been established at 33 King Street West, been at the same location during all these years. In 1960, my father-in-law came to Cobourg with his family and purchased business from his uncle and took over. 1986, Brenton, my father-in-law, retired, and my husband Ward and I took over the business. So since then, we've been here a total of 95 years.
The longest, from what I'm gathering, the oldest store or business in town, from what I gather, from what I believe the mayor said.
Yes, from our research, we believe that we are the oldest store in town, yes.
Tell me, why choose to close now? Is it anything to do with COVID, or is it, is that part of the?
Nothing to do with COVID at all. For a few years, we've been talking about what are we going to do, when are we retiring. Sandy, who's been with the store nearly 50 years, had decided that she was going to retire, and we just thought this was the perfect time for us to retire as well. COVID was not a good time to try and sell a business. Our children had chosen their other careers and have moved on and enjoying their chosen careers. So it's just time to close.
I would think people have come in to reminisce in that. Can you tell me a little bit about the stories that you've been told and that you remember?
Yeah. Probably the most popular memory that people have of the store is coming in as youngsters during the 60s and 70s, most likely, and wondering when the shoe boxes would all fall. The store was narrow. The shoe boxes were piled 4 rows deep at least, and they were always mesmerized how Mr. Beebe could pull out a box and miraculously bring out the shoe that they needed, and it would fit. That's the one that everybody tells, first of all. And then it's just always getting quality footwear. Mom saying, no, you can't have that fancy shoe. You've got to have that black Oxford that Mr. Beebe's got.
Being born and raised in Cobourg, I remember coming in here and being fitted and things like that. It's more than a store, really. Like it's I guess with you folks retiring, it's a way of the future. But this is really a community stopping point. It's one of those places in town that I'll speak personally that I don't think you can replace, because I remember even when I came in today, I remember the creaking floor. So the creaking floor to me is something that people that have been in here once will always remember the creaking floor. Like it's just, as I say, I remember coming in here at eight years old, and as I say, the creaking floor was always.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's, but it's just, it's good that you're going on your own terms, I guess.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. That's the best way to go out, is to make the choice yourself and walk out with good memories.
You're finding a lot of shoes, from what I understand, you're finding a lot of shoes upstairs that are kind of old.
Yes.
Talk a
We
little
have several styles of vintage shoes dating back. I'm guessing at least to the 30s, and I have one little pair that I'm guessing was probably from the 20s. It's a little boy's black boot. We've always set certain ones aside and kept them as a little collection. And I pulled out that collection this week, and I have put it in our window so that people can come downtown, have a look in the window, and reminisce about, oh my gosh, there's that saddle shoe that I wore, or look at those platforms. I remember twisting my ankle in those. And shoes that we have never worn ourselves because of our generation. They're older styles. But when you look at the style itself, it's not far off of something we've probably worn because the fashion industry, everything comes around a second time, maybe a slight change in the color or the shape of the toe. But we've already had people looking in the window and pointing just since yesterday when I did it. It's great fun to have a look at the shoes. So everyone can wander downtown over Christmas season and have a look in our window at least.
What do you think that feeling's gonna be when you turn the key for the last time?
It'd be a sigh of relief, I think. But there's also going to be a little bit of tinge to the heart, I'm sure, too. You know, we've been here a long time. Personally, like my husband and I, 35 to 40 years we've been involved with the business. And my husband growing up in the business, it's hard for him to see it go, but he understands and is looking forward to moving ahead too. Yeah. Different heels and different styles. And but I've got a lot of the older shoes in the window itself. Sandy found a pair of probably 60s, early 70s, you know, when the girls wore the mini dresses with the bell bottom sleeves and that sort of thing. If you ever watched Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In, this is what some of those girls had on with their outfits. So it's just fun.
And what about the other ones? You don't see kids wearing the black and white, or do you?
The saddle shoe?
Yeah.
Not so much anymore, no. No. So this was the 50s, early 60s, late 60s even. I think I wore a pair of them. But everybody wants a saddle shoe. Unfortunately, I don't have anything in women's sizes. I've got a little range in children's, I think, size 1 through 3 is what I've got in them. But some people are picking them up just as a nostalgia thing for $10, you know. Put it on display in their house or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. But the window has some great little shoes and boots.
And how old are they? Like, where are they from?
Those would be the 70s, I would say. Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
And you remember them?
Oh, I wore them. Not these pair, but many others. And,
You also have them white. Yeah, the saddle shoe ones are up at the top.
yeah, they're there in white.
And they're not golf shoes.
Yeah, you can put some nails in the bottom, I suppose. Yeah, nobody says anything. And the prices.
Yes, we were just commenting on some of the old vintage stuff.
Yeah, some
here.
good stuff there, eh?
You must have found that with a lot of dust on top.
Penny's been doing some digging.
Oh, yeah.
Well, a lot of that stuff is when we renovated, we had no place to put it, so people that had the cake pots lived
Yeah.
upstairs and then above. So they moved out, and I just moved